If you like your big natural nose like that,
It didn't really make much of a difference for me. My lips pretty much look the same.
I think I am going to go for a refill next week just to get a little bit more in my top lip.
You might not like it. I love it, babes. Where I'm coming from.
No, I know. I took it personally.
Oh no.
If you ever told me in my earlier years that people would come on an app called TikTok and share their cosmetic surgeries, I'd be telling you that you're lying. But we are in the 21st century. Not only that, in 2025, and people are coming out here and giving us their cosmetic surgery tours. That's not what they call it. That's just what I call it. It only makes sense. Full disclaimer, I'm not a cosmetic surgeon, nor am I in the medical field. I'm just a commentator who likes to bring out entertaining and educational videos from time to time. We'll also be playing a little game of guess the cosmetic surgery before the video starts. This is not done in order to shame anybody. This is just a little entertainment. To keep away from being repetitive with the guesses, I'm probably gonna just say most women get Botox, most women get lip filler, lip flip, under eye injections, and then filler migration. We've spoken about that. They probably will have filler migration, fat grafting, or just cheek enhancements, probably that too. I haven't really watched the videos. This is off the dome based on the series of Beauty at Any Cost. If you missed that, I'll put it at the end where you can watch all the cosmetic surgery videos that I have. But yeah, let's get into it. So judging just off how she looks, for one, beautiful, very, very beautiful. Cheek enhancement of some sort, as well as lip filler of some sort. Maybe raising of the eyes. A couple of videos back, I was talking about the threads. I don't think she may have gotten the threads, but maybe something in that area.
So if it has been obvious, this face has been changing over the past 10 years. So today we're going to talk about how I got from this to this. But it's really subtle and it's not that obvious. But there's a lot of work that's been done. What was the first treatment I did? Got my lips done. I think for the first session, I had about 0.5 ml. I just wanted to actually even out my lips because I found that my top lip was bigger than my bottom lip, which the girls tell me that they like as an aesthetic, but I didn't. It just felt like my lips were lopsided. Yeah, she got me hooked. It was the beginning of the end after that point. And actually,
I've heard cosmetic surgery is almost like getting tattoos where you get one and then you immediately just want to keep going and going and going. And whether that is because of social media or just the addiction part of it, it differs from person to person.
It has not left my lips. Like literally 6 years on, I still feel like there's a little bit of filler in there. I think the next thing I did was my chin, and that just didn't stop. I've had a decent amount in my chin to the point I wonder I probably just should have gotten a fucking chin transplant. Over the years, I think I may have had at least 3 ml. And indeed, it has changed the shape of my face. My face when I was younger was very round. Now it's giving heart. It's giving round with a chin. And I feel like once you get chin filler, you realize what you were missing. And then the next thing that I had done was Botox. Botox has been an ever-present friend of mine. I think I started at the age of, 25. And obviously I did not need it. So don't come in the comments telling me that I know I didn't need it, but this is my shit. This is my art. It's what I do. It's funny because I'm often asked, have I gotten a blepharoplasty to my upper lid? But I actually haven't. And the only thing that I can think it is just consistent Botox. That's the only thing that I've done in my forehead area. I get it across the forehead and I do it in like a V shape. So then you get that feline type look instead of a flat look. Oh, I've had Botox in my masseters before. I think it made a difference, or did I just lose weight in a month? Maybe. Would I do it again? No, and I haven't done it again because I didn't really have enlarged masseters, so obviously I was never going to see a result. What's the next thing I had? Cheekbone. I haven't had that much in my cheek at all. We're talking like 0.2 ml, but then definitely a little bit in the cheekbone. As you can tell here, I've always had cheekbones. That was great for just lifting up the mid face and just redefining it, just adding proportion to the entire face shape. It was amazing for that.
This is so strange in a positive way. I don't know. I just never thought I'd see people come on here and say, I got this done and this done and this done, because it used to be hush hush and celebrities would hide it to the point where even now, some of them still deny it. And girl, we can see it. We know you've gotten it done. So just tell people, just be transparent. And I know there's probably going to be somebody who's like, oh, y'all don't owe us anything. But I feel like if you're going to be an influencer on social media, whether you're a celebrity or whatever, they're all in the same playing field for me. No one's greater than the other. I feel like you need to be open to your audience. Let your viewers know, especially the young, impressionable ones, that, hey, this is not how you wake up every morning. This is what I got. Usually they just act like they went to the gym, or act like they just drank water and they have either the perfect skin or the perfect contour naturally and everything. Just be honest and open. If you're living your life outside social media, then obviously you don't have to tell people, but it's none of their business. But if you are branding yourself as someone you want young folks to look up to, just be honest about your surgeries. Cosmetic surgeries, that is. A lot of influencers say they want to be authentic and want to be real and everything, and then they turn out to not be real and authentic. But I'm not going to call out any people right now because I'm not trying to be that messy. That's not what this video is about. Let's keep watching.
So I don't know if you can tell on camera, I've got a little line on my mid cheek that I was born with. Annoying, but a bit of filler has actually helped. I'm not gonna lie, I'm sorry I keep pausing and everything. I'm sure this is gonna be recurring with all the videos that we're about to watch, but sometimes I look at before and afters, I'm like, man, you were beautiful then, you're beautiful now, but you were also beautiful then, but you didn't see that. Maybe you did, but the whole like thing over here, maybe the makeup is concealing it. I can't see it. I think she looks beautiful, but that's just me. What's that saying? Something about the beholder. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Oh my goodness. You're your worst enemy. Not you, but you know, like people that, you know. The most, because I feel like actually if you do too much, it's just going to make that area look worse. I've had aliquots of filler here just to help with my smile lines. That's another thing that I get asked about a lot. I think it's just the shape of my face. Like I'm quite snouty, lack of a better word. I don't know how else to explain it. When you're out and about, have a look at people and you'll know what I mean. Some people have a very straight profile, some people have more of a snouty profile, and so I feel like because my mouth area comes out a bit, you don't get those smile lines. I have not put filler in my smile lines at all. Oh, I've had my temples filled just to open up the eye area, and also there was a little bit of a concavity where I'd had cheekbone filler done and nothing here, so it just kind of looks like if you don't fill in the temples. More recently, I've had the bridge of my nose done with filler. I was really against this for the longest time. It was definitely an inner battle of, am I erasing my Nigerian nose? But I was like, meh. It's fine because I contour it every day with makeup anyway, so what's the difference? Such a game changer. Please do not go to any Dick and Harry to get your nose done, because if you didn't know, nose filler can be the highway to blindness. So please make sure that you go to a qualified injector. But that again just helped to redefine my face. I'd probably get it done again. No, I will. But aside from the filler, skincare has made probably an even bigger difference. So now, unlike then, I actually use prescriptive skincare, like the strong stuff. Before the baby girls knew about it, I was using Tresno. So basically, if I had to put a number on it, I've been using Tresno now for about 9 years. It's transformative. Also devices such as microcurrent. Microcurrent is one of my favorite at-home devices for just lifting and tightening. And then makeup. I actually learned how to do my makeup. I paid for a makeup artist to teach me how to do my makeup. That was like the best investment. I know you can watch TikToks and all that kind of jazz, but go to professional so then they can tell you how to beat your face for your face and your aesthetic. So eyebrow wise, yes, those are very filled in but naturally sparse. I started using brow serum because I'm extreme like that. I started with Latisse. Latisse is a prescriptive lash and brow treatment with some side effects, but it is insanely effective, and it also darkens the hair too, so that's been amazing. But then more recently I've transitioned over to non-prostaglandin eyebrow serums, and also money. Can I say that? You're not ugly, you're just broke, as they say. Not you, because none of the baby girls here in this space are broke, but best believe when the career is elevating, the face, the skin, the hair will elevate. Ooh, also my wigs. I now invest in my wigs. Good hair is a game changer, so please invest in the wig, unless you're on that bad wig aesthetic intentionally. Yeah, that's the glow.
I feel like the being ugly is very mean, but also I don't think it has anything to do with you being broke. Yes, obviously if you're wanting the cosmetic surgery pathway, then you'll take that and you'll deem it as, oh, you're broke, you can't afford that, whatever. But I mean it in a sense of stress. If you are stressed, it will deteriorate how you look, deteriorate how you feel, and it could change you, you know, and it could make things even worse. Stress is a huge factor for a lot of things, but it's a topic for another day. Anyway,
Got some time to kill, so I thought I'd
almost forgot to do the guessing game. Obviously, like I said, probably Botox, lip filler, those are the usual. My goodness. Migration, maybe cheek filler over here. And I think that's about it.
I'm gonna do a little video about all the work I've had done. I love watching these of other people's, so I figured I would kind of share mine. I'd keep it real with y'all. I'm 30 now, but first thing I ever had done, I was at 18 and I had a breast reduction. If you don't know, you do now. I was very large chested in high school. I think I was like a G at the time. So we cut them babies off as soon as I could. I didn't do anything again until I was 26. Very first thing I ever got was Botox. I always had like a permanent like line right there. So I always knew that I wanted to do that. Finally bit the bullet and got it, and have not stopped since and will not. Next thing I got done was my lips. I got 1 syringe, and that would have been about 6 months after that. So I think I was still 26. And I do about 1 syringe every 9 to 12 months for my upkeep. I did dissolve my top lip last year right around this time. Since then I've had a total of 2 syringes, but I'm just trying to like build it back up. I don't necessarily know what order some of the rest of these work, 'cause I've tried a few things, but I've had cheek filler. I think it's great, but I don't think it's necessarily for me because I have such like thick skin and like chubby cheeks already. They honestly, for it to really do much for me, I kind of needed like 2 syringes in each side. So I don't know if I've seen difference enough to ever pay for it again. I have had under eye filler. I got it once. I mean, I liked it, but I don't really have like dark circles. It was more for like a kind of like lines under here.
I mean, it's kind of hard to see if you have makeup on, just like the other lady, but I'm pretty sure you did not need it. I'm gonna be simping. Everybody in this video is beautiful. They see flaws. I really don't, but then maybe I'm biased because I do like just natural faces, but you're beautiful regardless. And I'm not even trying to be cliche. Okay, I can just hear like future me editing like, ugh, cringe. Everybody says that natural beauty is everything. Blah, 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 blah. But I really mean it. I really mean it. I love it. Y'all look beautiful. Before, after, afterlife? No, that's not funny. That's not. It wasn't directed at her. That's just my brain.
So not something I would ever pay for again. I've had chin filler. It's been about 8 or 9 months, and I do love that. I did recently, we'll get to another procedure I had, but because of the procedure I had recently, I don't feel like I need it as much. That is one of my favorite things I've done. I have had a lip flip, so that's just Botox up here to help like your lip not be so downturned. I have had Botox right here to like make my smile not so downturned. I did not like that. I felt like I couldn't smile all the way, and it wasn't for me. I've had Botox in my masseter muscle. Those muscles for me are really strong, and it honestly helps so much with my headaches and the clenching, and regular Botox helps a lot with my headaches too. I actually do Dysport, not Botox, whatever. But I loved that. It's just super expensive because I need like 30 units basically in each side because it's so
Another thing you can do if you clench or grind your teeth, and that is actually, well, personally was a stress thing, they do offer mouth guards. This was in the past, not anymore. Mouth guards if you want something that's inexpensive and that works, or you can just not stress.
So I think the only thing left is I recently, about 3 months ago, had chin lipo. So I'm still kind of healing. I still have a little bit of swelling, which is pretty normal, but for the most part I'm healed, I would say, and I absolutely love it, which is why I don't feel like I necessarily need that chin filler as much anymore. 10 out of 10 recommend. I had a great freaking surgeon here in Charlotte, and I would highly recommend him to anyone. On to things I want. And I did have a consult for this the other day, but it's going to be a little bit before I get it done. I had breast reduction when I was 18, like I said. It's been 12 years. Gained weight, lost weight since then, just a lot of flexibility. So like I feel like I've lost a lot of volume. So I went in and we did a consult, and she thinks for the results I want, it makes more sense for me to do a slight reduction again and then do implants. So I'll just have like an overall better result and a more long-term result.
Okay, that face I made was because it's like, then maybe you shouldn't have done a breast reduction. But I understand what she means, especially if she's a mom. Not saying this is for all moms, but I've seen moms where their breasts get even droopier. I don't mean this in a bad way, but they get deflated, like actually flat, and then they have volume at the bottom. And so I understand why somebody would want to reduce that, lift it up, and put breast implants. Mind y'all, I'm not for cosmetic surgery. I honestly just think it's very unique, but also still taboo. Very taboo on my end. We're just gonna have to roll with the punches of cosmetic surgery and just kind of just say, hey, people are gonna do it regardless. Even if I think everybody's beautiful, they may not think that about themselves. And I also just think it's extremely nitpicky. Obviously, they probably don't, maybe most people do this, but they probably spend a lot of time, I imagine, trying to see in the mirror if they look weird or look strained, and then they want these changes. But I feel like everybody is unique and created differently, and everybody trying to get the same thing, maybe by the same doctor. Not everybody, obviously there's different doctors, but the same style of nose and everything. Everybody's gonna start looking the same, and then it's gonna be lame. You know, we all are created uniquely. And so if we all want to look the same, my goodness, it's just gonna suck. It's gonna suck. I have seen changes now where people are reversing a lot of what they're doing and going back to the natural look. So if you want to spend the money and you're sure you're gonna go with that, then go with that. If that's what you want to do, I would say make sure that you do your research about what you're planning on doing. Make sure that you get a board certified surgeon that actually knows what they're doing, and make sure you are taking the right step that is for you and not because of society. And if you feel like you're being consumed and forced to make decisions because of social media, then maybe you need to turn off your phone, go touch some grass, come back, and just appreciate who you are, the way you were born, the way you are, because everybody is beautiful.
I asked them also about abdominal lipo. I'm 5'3", like 127, 130 pounds, give or take. And I am not like a big girl, but I carry all my weight in my stomach no matter what. And you can't spot target fat when it comes to working out, and it's just an insecurity I have.
I will say with the stomach, because I have myself a little tummy tum, with the stomach, it is working out. I know people don't like to hear it. They're like, oh, well, I have this and this and this. I understand there could be health reasons to it. See a doctor for that. You can lose belly fat. Sometimes in a lot of people, it is the last thing to actually shed. So that could be another factor. Maybe you are working out, just not as consistently. And by the time you wanting to see the changes in your belly, you're seeing it everywhere else, and your stomach's still just sitting there watching you, waiting for you to, I don't know, add some extra months to your workout or something. Listen, this is just my observation. This is not a fact, but I'm just thinking maybe it's holding fat and you got to take some supplements or something, and then go work out once you have that information, and then just keep living your life. Because what I do know is, an example, BBLs, lipo, a lot of women lose it. You can lose your BBL because you need to maintain it with working out. So if you get a quick fix and you're not maintaining it, you get a quick fix and you're not in the right routine to begin with, you will fall back and be exactly where you started. Y'all remember when I was talking about the jaw wiring in South Africa? That's where I'm from, by the way. Some women will wire their jaw shut in order to lose weight, and as soon as the wires come off, they gain the weight right back because you did not have a routine to begin with. That is my non-expertise advice.
Is it gonna happen anytime soon? No, probably not. That is everything. I just like to keep it real with y'all. I have had cosmetic bonding on my teeth, I guess. Very slight, like we squared out my front teeth a little bit and did a little bit of bonding. That's not to say you need anything. You do not need any of this. These are just things that I personally really wanted. I think you should do what you want. It's your body. Don't let anyone tell you any differently. And if they call you fake, bravo, let them. Who gives a fuck? So, if you have any questions about any of the procedures I've had done, I'm so happy to answer any of them. I absolutely love the world of like aesthetics and plastic surgery and whatever. So I could talk about this all day long. So please ask any questions.
I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger and I heard the words plastic surgery, I legit thought people were taking plastic and putting it in their skin. Man, was I a little uneducated back then. Maybe in the future, hopefully, I can go to a cosmetic surgeon or cosmetic surgeons and talk about plastic surgery, the ins and outs of it, the tools used, and all of that. I think that'd be entertaining. Y'all let me know though. I can make it happen. Let's guess what she had. Probably lip filler, probably got her nose done. I don't think she got her cheeks done, but maybe her chin, possibly.
Lay it all out there. This is what I've done to my face. Okay, so we've got a rhinoplasty, alloplasty, taking the nostrils in, refined tip, and a bridge built on my nose using my rib graft. Then we've got 1C of lip filler. I believe it's the Ristylane Kiss. I only got it done one time, and that was like 8 months ago. Don't think I'm gonna do it again, but I mean, it didn't really make much of a difference for me. My lips pretty much look the same, but small changes are good changes. I've had masseter Botox 3 times now, spaced about like 3 or 4 months apart. That's like 15 to 20 units in each side every time I go. I've also had a little bit of Botox, like 1-2 units throughout my face, like, you know, forehead, crow's feet.
I may have missed it, but you look younger than me. Botox? Man, I know there's the rhinoplasty. We're not even going to talk about that. But Botox, I hear a lot of people getting it at the age of 21, 25, 26. I need to talk about how some cosmetic surgery is aging young folks, because there's a young folk who came on TikTok and asked how old people think she is. And I kid you not, she looked about 15 years older than what she really was. She got her feelings hurt. And I don't know how that ended up, but there's a lot of young folks who look older. And I'm not talking dress older or whatever. I'm talking your face. It looks like you've been through it. I'm not saying this is her, obviously. She looks younger than me, but yeah. Anyway.
That type of thing, just for prevention. And then what else did I do? Oh, I put a little bit of filler in my cheeks, because I've also done PRP under my eyes to help with the dark circles. So I got the cheek filler to kind of like hold it up in place. You know what I mean? Since I didn't really have very high cheekbones. So I have a half C in each cheek, and that's it. And that was done also about 8 months ago. I think, yeah, I got both my fillers at the same time. So that was also 8 months ago. And I think I'm also going to try a sculpture at some point. Just one vial in the bottom of my face, because I hear it gives you just amazing glow, and it's quite natural compared to other things on the market. But yeah, that's everything.
One thing you should not do is your teeth, because they look so good. Chef's kiss. They look like natural veneers, and I'm not even joking. We've seen how veneers look, and most of them don't look natural. Most of them look like horse mouth. But her teeth, her natural teeth, they look like what veneers should be looking like. Very pretty. Beautiful. I honestly think she probably got some lip filler, probably got her chin done, maybe her cheeks possibly, but Botox and maybe not actual rhinoplasty, but Botox on the nose, like one of the ladies before.
This is how girls will be coming up to me like, babes, like, have you... And I'm just like, yes, but I don't endorse it. Like, as in, I feel as if you should do what you want with your face, do what you want with your life, sort of thing. Just because it looks good on one person, doesn't mean that it's going to look good on another person. Do you know what I'm saying? Basically, I have my own reasons for it. You might be against it. No problem, babes. We can agree to disagree. Do you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, sort of thing. First thing that got done, fat dissolving, vlogged it. They're all non-invasive procedures, all right? I think it's because I'm scared to even go underneath the knife. Do you know what I'm saying? So fat dissolving is one thing that I had done. Like a year ago. I've been on some big back activities, so really and truly, it's back.
CP. Big back, big back, big back, big back. Yeah, I'm gonna sip this chai. Yeah, you know my back is big, so mind your biz. Hey, big back, big back, big back, big back.
Do you know what I'm saying? Underneath the chin is back. Also, another thing that got done also is teardrop fillers, due to the fact that I had very much hollow under eyes, and it's genetics, and I felt as if that just worsened the appearance of my dark circles. Do you know what I'm saying? Third thing that I had done, which everyone comes up to me about, girls, guys, gays, everything, is lip filler. Yes. These aren't my real lips, but it is what it is, sort of thing. Like, I don't care. Yeah, so I've done 3 top-ups within the space of 3 years. God knows, only my aesthetic babes will actually know, like, if it's 3 or 4. But I do believe it was 0.5, 0.5, 0.8. Probably a 0.5 after that. Really don't remember. Do you know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm not gonna lie, as she's talking, it almost sounds like a menu item. It's coming to a point where you will have a literal book, and you're like, I want this, and that, and this, and that. Can you put it in a package deal for me, please, a surgeon? Was that mean? I don't think it was mean. I think it's a fact. Who knows what 2026 and beyond have in store, but I think it's gonna be either crazier because of AI, or things are gonna go back to what they were. More people are gonna start dissolving and regretting. I don't know. Food for thought. Anyway.
In a span of like 3 years, basically, like a build up. And I started that like when I was like 20, basically, like just before I graduated in the pandemic. Yeah, literally. So yeah, I've had people approach me. Like one time, one girl came up to me like in a little gathering and was like, "Oh, do you have your lip fillers done?" And I was like, "Yeah, babes, but I don't flip in like advocate it." Do you know what I'm saying? And she was like, "Oh, I want to get it done, but I don't even like the baddies aesthetic. I feel like you're having the baddies aesthetic." I said, "You might not like it. I love it, babes. Where I'm coming from. Mind your business. How about that? Let me do what I'm good at. Keep to your lane, literally." But yeah, if anyone thinks like, "Oh gosh, like, her lips are natural. No, it's not. Okay, it's not natural. I have lip fillers, babes. Yeah. Okay, and people like to say, oh, it's obvious because of your double lip line. Bitch, I've always had the fucking double lip line. Always had the double lip line. What can I do about that dish? But yeah, that's it. So, honesty, truthfulness, like, yeah. And I don't think I'm gonna stop getting, like, stuff done.
Honestly thought you had your nose done because it's so petite and so snatched, but that reminds me of a lady who got her nose job done and people were roasting her. The art of getting plastic surgery is like funny. You tell me, oh, I'm gonna get my nose changed in a couple of months, I'm gonna be looking different. What do you mean? Explain. What do you mean by that? Obviously I know, but that's just so weird. Oh, you don't like your cheeks? You're gonna change them? Wow. Science. This makes way more sense in my head than me speaking it. Wow, science. Wow, interesting. What more? What more will you get? I'm thinking out loud. I'm crashing out right now. Right now.
If you like your
Oh, is this the same lady? Is it the same lady? No, it's not. Oh my gosh, you guys are like twins. Okay. Cheeks, possibly. Lip filler, most likely. Nose, maybe. Maybe nose. It looks like it's in a bit. I don't freaking know. Under eye, possibly. She is snatched. Maybe that's like the wig. Or maybe she'd had gotten some stuff. The threads or some Botox. Definitely Botox.
Okay guys, so I just came from dinner and there was something on my mind, so I just wanted to talk about it. So like a while ago I posted my rhinoplasty update, and that was like me literally like I think less than a month or like a month post-op. Like I don't really remember, but that post kind of went viral, and then all of a sudden I wake up today and it's gone viral again, and I have all these new people on my account like trying to be funny and talking about my nose and like how, you know, it's not nice and I look like, you know, da 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 da.
I have a genuine question. If you got a nose rhinoplasty done, why are you still contouring your nose? Or making it too obvious with the way you're contouring it? I'm just asking genuinely. Secondly, when it comes to rhinoplasty, it takes time to heal. Sometimes a year for it to actually drop and actually look like what it is. So, I mean, people are gonna talk. I mean, I talk. I yap a lot. So, people are gonna say what they wanna say. But if it looks crazy, people are gonna say something. If you start recovering, they're going to compliment you. You know, you cannot please anybody. So you need to make sure that you're doing something for yourself truly and honestly. But I realize with all these surgeries, like the more surgeries you have, it's almost a self obsession. And it's all just you. It's too much. It's too much. Go on a trip, something, you know, with the money instead. That's just my personal opinion, though. I'd rather go on a trip than do that. Anyway.
But like the funniest thing is that like people are just so ignorant. It's hilarious. People are just getting so upset as if they paid for my nose or they helped me get my nose done. So I'm gonna assume like people just don't have enough knowledge, so I'm gonna say it. First of all, rhinoplasty take a year to heal. 1 year, okay? So if you see anybody posting an update about their nose or whatever it is, it means, which in they're less than a year, it means they're not even close to like being healed. If you go to my page and you look at even that video that's gone like really viral, like I have like 2 videos. One of them was like 3 weeks post-op, or like that video is worse. And then if you check the other videos, like you can realize how different my nose
is. It me or does she have the sniffles? Granted, it could be sinuses, but I thought I was tripping. I heard him at first and I was like, maybe it's me. And then she did it again. I'm like, is it the rhinoplasty or is it just sinuses?
Has gotten each time. That's how rhinoplasty is. Like even till now, like now I'm like kind of happy with my nose, I'm not gonna lie, but I still wake up some days and then like I'm swollen. Like now today I woke up like I still have like some swelling here, so it can depend. It's gonna take 1 year. So you guys like in my comments like trying to be funny, you're not funny. Like just stop. and just educate yourself. I know you can afford to get it done. Maybe that's why you think you can just like be TikTok trolls because that's the only thing you can afford to do. But it's not like funny. Like, I'm living my best life. I've always wanted to get my nose done. I literally hated my own nose. I'm not gonna lie. Some people are like, you look better before. I look better before. I look better before. Please, just stop lying to yourselves and stop trying to make me insecure, because I'm never gonna be insecure. I love my results. My doctor did a great job.
Okay, maybe I'm tripping, but I think that's a contradiction, because if you weren't insecure, you wouldn't have got the rhinoplasty done. But I'm not here to argue. It is a form of insecurity in some way, shape, or form.
And I'm gonna keep living my life. And please, you should live yours. If you like your big natural nose like that,
that says a lot about either how she saw herself or how other people were bullying her when she was younger, or something along the lines of something negative. If you like your big nose, really? I'm not sure where she's from, as in the country she was born or her parents are born, but I'm gonna assume it's in Africa, maybe possibly in the West. And typically people in the West have bigger noses, and that's completely fine. If you're gonna get a rhinoplasty, make sure you get an ethnic rhinoplasty. That is just my own opinion. That's if you want to get it done. But if you have a quote unquote big nose, I honestly and wholeheartedly think it suits your face. Once you go from the wide to the very thin, then you start looking strange. I'm sorry, that really, it triggered me. It triggered me because I'm so tired of people saying, oh, you have a big nose, you need to da 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 da. Shut up. That's how you know I'm mad. Over here cussing. You know, shut up was my first cuss word when I was 10, 11. Yeah, I said shut up in class and everybody was like, oh, what a tangent I just went through. But I need a whole video where I just go off, because I want to say a lot, but I'm not, this is not what this video is for. But that really irritates, my mood is shifting. I can feel it shifting. Can y'all feel it? I feel it shifting. I know. I took it personally. Not in the sense of me having a big nose, but in the sense of just people typically viewing other people with bigger noses as not desirable or less attractive or just weird, or yeah, anyway. And also at the same time, I feel bad for her, because that's probably what a lot of people were telling her or saying to her in order for her to get this rhinoplasty done. Maybe it is not the case.
Enjoy your big natural nose and leave me to also enjoy my nice nose that I have now, okay? Well, now that is all said and done, I know you guys are still going to continue to like bash me, because that video is still like everywhere and like people are still giving their opinions, but I really don't care. But the ones that are smart enough will actually click on the video and go to my page and actually look for progress and see how long it's been since I did my nose before they leave a comment. But the ones who are not so smart would just try to be funny, and honestly, I'm not here for those ones. So anyway, as you can see, I'm doing good, honey, and I hope you're good too. So good night, guys.
All the cosmetic procedures that I have done,
I'm not gonna lie, this one's kind of hard. I'm just gonna go with the basic, probably lip filler and a little bit of Botox. If you have anything else, I will be surprised.
was it worth it, and would I do it again? First and most obviously are my lips. I have done my lips about 3 or 4 times now. I do think it's 100% worth it if that's the look that you want to go for. But I have a feeling that in a couple years from now, I'm probably going to think, what the hell was I doing? But as of right now, I will keep doing it. Next, I've also done under eye filler, a tear through, I believe it's called. I don't feel like I can recommend under eye filler to people, because it depends if you are a good candidate or not. Would I do it again? I think I would. I feel like there is a difference. It is the most dramatic difference out of all the under eye treatments that you can do. Definitely go to somebody who's reputable. Do your research, because you don't want to fuck up your under eyes. A very long time ago, I did my nose filler, cheek filler, and jaw filler. This was probably in like 2019, like 5 years ago. Personally, I would not recommend the nose filler, because just save up and get rhinoplasty. I had a little bump and it's coming back now, but I feel like it took a very long time for the filler to dissolve.
As for the jaw and cheek filler, I'm pretty sure it's gone by now. And no, I don't think I would do it again. I don't know. And lastly, for the face, I did get Kybella under my chin. I absolutely don't think that one was worth it. There has to be something better. I don't remember how much I paid, but it was a pretty penny. And one session is not going to help. You need multiple sessions. And the worst part is how you look after, because you blow up like a bullfrog. It's literally one of the worst procedures I've done, I think. But if you love it, I love it. It just didn't work out for me. And last but not least is my BBL. I don't know how I feel about it, honestly. I used to look like this and I was all cheeked up, and then I lost a lot of the fat, look like this now. Like, I just naturally have a very petite frame, and I did put on a lot of weight, but that is not my maintenance weight, and it takes a lot to maintain that weight that I gained. So obviously I was naturally going to lose it if I wasn't keeping up to that food surplus that I was eating. And also I went through many breakups, which gets me depressed, and I don't eat, so obviously I was going to lose that weight. This is the most painful of all the procedures I went through. Would I do it again? I don't know, maybe after childbirth or something. And yeah, I guess let me know if you have any questions.
If it weren't for the lips, I wouldn't have known that she had anything done. Well, besides the BBL, because obviously she's sitting down.
A lot of cosmetic treatments over the years. Here's every single treatment that I've done and whether or not I think it's worth it. This is 2019 done before I did anything.
Basing off that, I'm gonna say maybe lip filler, something with the eyes, the brows. They're a whole lot more lifted from the before that we're looking at. And maybe her nose, probably not. Her cheeks, definitely for some volume. Her chin is a little sharper. Her forehead, maybe Botox. That's about it.
Done both Botox and Dysport, and originally why I started getting it was because I did not love the 11s that were starting to etch it. Are we seeing how much more lifted my brow looks now in comparison to then? Or do I think it's worth it? 1,000%. I have so much cheek filler, and you may not even realize it. I've done multiple syringes. The girl was hollow. I needed volume. I've also gotten the smallest amount of filler right at the base of my nose to just pop these little shadows out. You seeing how hollow I was along my under eye? I've gotten a little bit of filler there as well. But in my opinion, do I think I look puffy at all? Absolutely not. Cheeks are contoured, they're lifted, under eye looks smoother, period. I've also done some lip filler. If you look really closely, my top lip is slightly larger than my lower lip. We placed a little bit down here to hydrate it, as well as improve my proportions. Do I think it was worth it? Yes. I'll see how wide my face was. I've done Dysport to my masters because I just did not love how wide my lower face.
I know you didn't love it, girl, but I love it. It looks so beautiful. So freaking beautiful. Especially with the dimples going down. Maybe I need to go on a show where I guess people's plastic surgeries, because I'm not saying I'm good, but I'm getting a lot of points, okay, of how I'm guessing these. I pat myself on the back since y'all won't do it.
I didn't realize that I clenched my jaw, so doing Dysport to my masters helped alleviate that. Worth it! This is almost 6 years worth of treatments. Do I do filler every single year? No, like I haven't done my cheeks in like 2 years, lips in like 3 to 4 years. So if you're wondering how these treatments age, well,
beautiful before, beautiful now. Live your best life.
As someone who's had a lot of cosmetic work done.
Is that a filter? Why does it look like that on the forehead? Lips, probably. Nose, probably. Under eye, probably. Brows, most likely. Maybe a little fat grafting or just like dissolving, possibly. Let's hear what she has to say.
Over the years, I thought I'd give you a very honest walkthrough of everything I have had done and then tell you whether or not I regret each thing, because there are some things I'm literally reversing now in my late 20s I wish I never did, and then some things I'm happy I did. First thing I had done when I was 18 was my boob. I don't regret that one. It's not like I went over the top though. I went from an A to a C and they look very natural. It just improved my confidence. Next thing was lip filler, but then I also got chin filler, and then I got cheek filler and nose filler, and I feel very differently about each of those things. Now the thing with lip filler is if I'd have stopped after 1 mil, then there would be no need to regret it, but I didn't stop there. I went way overboard. I probably got about 5 mil in the space of 6 months, and I carried on adding to it over the years. I went lip filler blind, but also there was an element of denial to it. In your early 20s, you don't have the money, well I didn't, to be spending on bloody dissolver. Like, you don't want to do that and then start all over again. You'd rather just ignore it. Now, age 27, I do fucking regret it because I can't look at a photo of myself between the ages of 18 to 22 without thinking, what the fuck? I'm honestly regretful because it took away from my youth and my beauty at the time that's meant to be like your prime. It doesn't have to be, but like, you know what I mean? I just recently had all of my lip filler dissolved and it just made me annoyed really because I'm like, why didn't I do that sooner? I look so much better. I was a victim to the only way is Essex, what can I say? The chin filler I got because I have a weak chin, which I still think now is so fair enough. However, I went overboard again and I ended up completely changing the shape of my face from the front. Like, my chin was so pointy and triangular. Then eventually I tried to correct that by adding in more filler, which then made me just look bulky. But I couldn't tell that it looked weird when I had it because it had happened so gradually over time. It's only now that I've dissolved it all that I can see that it went too far. And I do regret it. But that is not to say that I'm against chin filler. I think it's great and it can really balance out your profile. I'll do it again, but I'll do a very natural amount. Cheek filler, there have been phases where I've gone overboard with it, but it tends to dissolve quite quickly on me, so I've never looked botched in the cheeks for too long. So I regret when I've gone overboard, but I don't regret it generally. I like it. However, nose filler, I have a few fucking things to say about. I am nose filler's biggest hater right now. It's actually the next thing on my list that I want to get dissolved because I deeply regret it. I got a very small amount of nose filler here, here and here to try and give me one of those straight little pixie noses. Over time, and again, I didn't really notice it, it's only now that I've dissolved all the other filler that I'm starting to look at my nose and notice how wide it's got. My natural nose is so thin all the way down. Now it is actually wider all the way down, plus it is deformed. If you look at this, it goes in and then out. The fuck? Maybe it's happened because filler does attract water and so that can make it look swollen, or it could have happened because I wear glasses and the glasses have pushed down and deformed my filler. Either way, I didn't know that was going to fucking happen. Had I known, I wouldn't have done it. I cannot wait to get rid of this shit. I can't stop staring at it. I hate it. I do not recommend it unless you're going to do the teeniest bit. Something I don't regret is my face tight, neck tight procedure, which is chin liposuction and radio frequency skin tightening. Probably the best thing I've ever done. Like, my double chin was one of my biggest insecurities and now, oh my god, it's made a huge difference in my confidence. The results have been absolutely amazing, unlike fat dissolving injections, which I've also had. I had lemon bottle injected into my double chin and another one that I can't remember the name of. Would I recommend it? No. When it comes to Botox, I have no regrets. I enjoy Botox once every 6 months, a very subtle amount. I still have movement. I mostly like the eyebrow lift that it gives me. And even when I don't get it done for 6 months, my big forehead line that I hated doesn't come back. So I feel like it's helped that. Lastly, lip tattoos and eyebrow tattoos. I got something called SMP or SPU on my brows and then the lip blush. Both look quite stark when it's first done, but after a couple of months, it looks very nice and natural. Like, I have no hairs here. This is all like tattoo and it looks so good.
Just because I got curious, and I think I've talked about it in the past, but I was trying to figure out the whole blindness with the Botox because of a lady I saw on TikTok who is blind on one eye, I believe, because of the Botox on the rhinoplasty. Don't quote me on that. It's been a while since I've seen it. Maybe somebody can remind me who the creator was. It's a very unfortunate situation, but according to Google, while blindness after Botox injections is extremely rare, the risk is higher with injections near the nose due to the proximity of blood vessels that can be affected by the injection. Though documented cases of blindness directly caused by Botox are rare, the possibility exists, particularly if the injection is not administered correctly or if there are anatomical variations. And I know, the Lord would put me as his strongest soldier if I even ever considered getting that done, even with a board certified surgeon. So I'm gonna step back from that. So although rare, it can still happen. So please be mindful of any surgery that you're interested, cosmetic surgery that you're interested in.
Here's a list of all.
I'm gonna assume everything you did was subtle. I'm just gonna keep it at that. Lip filler, probably, but everything's very subtle, very pretty.
Cosmetic procedures that I have gotten done and whether or not I would get them done again. Starting off with under eye filler, I got it done because I have pretty dark under eyes, but I didn't see that much of a difference, so I do not think I would get it done again. People told me like, oh, you just probably need to get a little bit more, but if it doesn't fix the whatever I'm trying to fix, the first round. Like, I'm not gonna keep going to get a whole bunch more.
I wish you could help the other people realize that too. If it ain't working, don't keep pushing it. That's my quote for 2025. If it ain't working, don't push it.
There's just some things that I am okay with living with. Forehead Botox. I've been getting this since I first started doing anything, and I love it. I usually only go once a year. I know everybody says it's 3 to 4 months. It's a little bit worn off already, as you can see the lines on my forehead. I just like it for like a little yearly maintenance. Like, I don't want to freeze that muscle. Like, I still want it to have some movement throughout the months that it's wearing off. And yeah, I just touch it up once a year. A lip flip, which is basically just like Botox above your lip to make your lip a little bit bigger, because my lip curls under when I talk. I would not get this done again, but it is because I just don't feel like the pain was worth the time. It only lasts like 4 to 6 weeks. It's significantly cheaper than lip filler, but for me, it just was not worth it. Botox around my brows, I do a Botox lift. So instead of getting like of the strings, the attached into your forehead to like lift your brows, I'm like terrified of that. Just get like a little bit of Botox at the tip of my brows, and I swear it gives you the nicest, juiciest, snatchiest look. Yeah, I would definitely get her again. I just love the look and I love how subtle it is, and it's very minimal pain. Next is lip filler. I got only just a half a syringe my first time and I love it. I already had something to start with whenever I started lip filler, so I really wanted it to be super natural. I think it did exactly that. It did look a little crazy at first, but once the swelling went down, like, I love them. It's kind of going away now. It's been about 7 months since I've gotten them done. I don't want to subject myself to getting anything done more than once a year. So if I go again, I probably just get another half a syringe. But I do gua sha my upper lip a lot to make sure that it doesn't migrate. I also put hyaluronic acid on my lips almost every single night with a lip mask. Like, I try to do it as much as I can to make sure that they stay really juicy and hydrated. For a little bonus, here's some things people think I have done, but I haven't. Chin lipo. I have never gotten chin lipo. It is really genetic. I do gua sha, but I'm not that consistent for me to tell you like, oh, gua sha is the reason why. But I do have a double chin. Like, she's there, but I guess again, it's genetics. A nose job, because I showed like pictures of myself as like a teenager, and people automatically jump, like the comments were like, nose job, nose job, nose job. But it's really, I just kind of like grew into my facial features. My mom used to pinch my nose as a baby. I don't know if that had any effect on it, but I promise you guys, I've never had a nose job. I really do love my nose. I love my button nose. I feel like I love my nose even when I was in my middle school, high school. Like, I always thought I had a cute nose. And lastly, here's something people tell me I should get done, but I never will. Fix my wrinkly chin. Like, you see her? Sorry, but I love her. She's not going anywhere. I didn't do anything around my chin to even make her look like that. It's something that people try to use to dig at me. But I think if you're ever going to consider cosmetics, anything, just make sure that you don't let outside opinions affect you in a way that makes you feel like you're getting bullied into doing stuff that you didn't really care about before. I think having a good peace of mind is really important before doing anything, and being really kind to yourself and loving yourself, because if everything were to shut down tomorrow, like, would you be okay? You need to make sure that's the case, because you are beautiful with and without it.
I really appreciate the message she had after all of that. She is very beautiful. I don't mean to sound dramatic, but I really like you. You seem to be a very great and grounded person, and you're very beautiful. And the people that are nitpicking at you, they're just projecting their own insecurities towards you. I love your chin. I love all the women that we have spoken about. I think all of them are extremely beautiful with and without the cosmetic surgery. At the end of the day, people are going to do what they want to do. Make sure you're not going into debt trying to get a cosmetic surgery to please other people. Make sure that you can actually afford it and afford a board certified surgeon. Before we move on to the next video, I just want to give a huge shout out to my anti-deluded den members. Thank y'all so much for supporting me. There will be a behind the scenes video coming up very soon. Overall, just shout out to everybody that shows me love.
Let's talk about everything that I've had done to look the way that I do. So
I'm gonna have y'all guess this time what you think she had done.
Some of you may have seen the video that I did talking about this before, but I have had some new stuff done since, and I think it's just a refreshing reminder that what you see on social media isn't real, and to stop comparing yourself to all the girls you see on Instagram and on your For You page, because we didn't come out the womb looking like this. So starting off, the first cosmetic treatment I ever got was lip filler. I had it done twice at the start of 2023, and I haven't had any since. However, I did get all my lip filler dissolved, I think it was 2 weeks today. So I currently don't have any lip filler at the moment. As you can see, I do just have quite naturally big lips anyway. Before I even got filler, everyone always used to accuse me of lying about when I would say that I didn't have any. I think I am going to go for a refill next week just to get a little bit more in my top lip. Then also, while we're on the topic of filler, I've pretty much had everything. I have had filler in my chin, I've had filler in my jaw, cheeks, tiny bit in my nose because I used to have a little dip here, so I just got rid of that. And then I've also had a bit of a baby Botox as well. I've only ever had that done once, but I can kind of see the lines are starting to come back a little bit, so I feel like I need a top up. Obviously, I'm only 20, and I know a lot of people probably say, why are you getting Botox, like you're so young? The reason I got it is because I used to have these lines in my forehead that you could just always see, and whenever I would do my makeup, you could just see them through my makeup, and I hated it. But they're gone now, so thank God. Also, when I had my Botox done, you can actually get like a little bit of a brow lift with it if you want, so I did that. So yeah, my brows are a bit more lifted than they were before. I feel like I need a bit of a chin top up again. I just want to make it a little bit more pointy and maybe just a smidge more in my cheeks. Then moving on to hair, I obviously have hair extensions.
No, I'm kidding. We're here for cosmetic surgery, not your hair. No offense, no offense. That's just what the video topic's about, and I don't want to get off track. If you enjoyed this video, let me know how you feel about cosmetic surgery. If you've had cosmetic surgery done and you'd like to be a part of my video, make sure that you hit me up on Instagram, DM me, because I had the forum up for a while, but there's been a bunch of craziness going on over there, and I've stopped honestly looking at it. And yeah, so hit me up on Instagram DM and I'll feature you on the next video if you're interested. See y'all next time.